That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
Very fair price. No real estate agent fees or closing costs.
Within weeks, we had closed and couldn't be happier.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 6 o'clock, it's 50 degrees. Tonight, some early showers, then decreasing clouds, a low of 40. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. New human remains discovered along Lake Michigan. A torso and arm found early this morning near Marina Road and 5th Avenue in South Milwaukee. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office believes the remains are that of Shade Robinson, the teen who was allegedly killed by Maxwell Anderson. Anderson has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson of property other than a building in connection with Robinson's death. All three charges are felonies and carry a combined maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Investigators will take out a sonar boat on Lake Michigan on Friday to continue the search. A smuggling conspiracy leads to 5 prison employees resigning or being fired from Waupun Correctional Institution. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports 6 other employees are in administrative leave since May of 2023. This comes amid a probe from the U.S. Department of Justice after a DOC sweep of housing units last summer uncovered banned items, including cell phones, drugs, and other contraband. No word on whether charges have been filed in the case or what type of positions the employees held at the prison. The first 12 pieces are in place as efforts to seat a jury press forward in New York City for former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. 12 jurors have now been seated, leaving attorneys to select 6 alternates to round out the panel that will decide the first ever criminal case against a former U.S. president. Early childhood education efforts in Milwaukee County getting a federal boost.
Around $800,000 will be spread across 6 county agencies to fund early childhood education projects. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley.
Early childhood support is key to the health and the well-being of not just our young people, but for many of our families as well.
Community advocate Deshaun Ewing tells WTMJ each agency has laid out plans for continuing the projects once ARPA funds are gone.
We hope that the community continues to support them and our government, our agencies that help us, continue to help us.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A program at Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin, the first of its kind in the Midwest, now offering treatment for traumatic brain injuries to both military veterans and first responders. Professor of Emergency Medicine at the Medical College, Dr. Ben Weston, tells Wisconsin's Midday News the BRAVE program is designed to be accessible.
Veterans, first responders, regardless of their financial situation, regardless of any formal diagnosis, even if it happened when they were a kid and it's affecting them now, the doors are open and they're welcoming these folks to help them.
The program offers 3 weeks of intensive outpatient care. Madison teachers rallying ahead of meeting with the Madison Metropolitan School District. Madison Teachers Inc. President Michael Jones tells Spanning the State a key issue is the lack of staff, especially related to mental health services.
When we talk to our students, when we talk to our families, they're always saying we need more mental health, more support. My kid needs more support. So that's what we are really trying to rally around and make sure we have a budget that hits that value.
Jones says one priority is restoring positions in these fields previously eliminated by budget cuts. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:03.
It started with a prediction.
Gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Now's the time to make those big spring purchases at Fleet Farm. Husqvarna mowers, Minn Kota trollers, Goodyear tires. Fleet Rewards credit card members can enjoy special financing for 3 full years on qualifying purchases. So don't wait. There's never been a better time to get everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. 36-month special financing available on in-store purchases of $1,499 or more after discounts made with your Fleet Rewards credit card. Now through May 1st, 2024. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See customer service for details.
Each day, there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely. And you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers are off today, currently at the top of the NL Central. They begin a series in St. Louis against the Cardinals on Friday. You can hear the game starting with Brewers warm-up at 6 here on WTMJ. And tune in for Brewers Weekly tonight at 8. The Bucks preparing to take the floor Sunday in Game 1 of a best of 7 playoff series against the Pacers. Giannis not expected to play. Tip-off on Sunday is at 6, and Bucks shoot-around starts at 5 here on WTMJ. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Just one crash to look out for this evening. That's on the ramp from Burleigh Street to 4145 North. And still seeing your usual slowdowns, especially along 43 northbound and southbound between Downtown and Brown Deer.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
And time for your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast. Tonight, showers early, then decreasing clouds with a low of 40. On Friday, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 54. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 51. On Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 58. And on Monday, partly cloudy with a high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 48 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 52. In Waukesha, it's 47. And in Milwaukee, it's 50 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Good evening. How are you doing? Music lovers. Tonight, I can help you prepare for Record Store Day. How to see cool music on the big screen from Pearl Jam to local bands. Also, the Swiftie in your life is probably excited about tomorrow's album release. And two of the biggest Swifties in my world chose the song you need to hear tonight. And Gallery Night is happening tomorrow in the 3rd Ward in downtown. You'll get all you need to know to make the most of browsing the creativity in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward. We'll have two lovely ladies to come in and be our guides just after 6:30. But first, Top Chef Wisconsin. My takeaways from last night's episode that was all based in Madison. I will share just a few highlights with you. It airs Wednesday nights on Bravo, and then it streams on Peacock. So you can watch it tonight if you want to get excited and see some cool Madison spots. I went to the On Milwaukee weekly Top Chef Wisconsin watch party in Walker's Point at Zocalo Tavern and Food Truck Park last night. It was a hearty group of foodie fans, and they had this reaction to one of the moments in last night's show. So what do you think happened to get them that excited? The only spoiler I will really give you tonight is that was because Chef Dan Jacobs had a big win during the big elimination challenge. He won. And the competition this week in Madison was at the Harvest House, which looks like a really cool restaurant. It has a train parked outside that you can eat inside. It looks really cool for fine dining. But the elimination challenge was to make a fine dining supper club meal with all the elements, the relish tray, a fish dish, a chicken dish, a beef dish, and a dessert. And Chef Dan Jacobs, who of course grew up here in Wisconsin, he was completely in his element. And he had mentioned that in thinking about supper clubs, chicken liver, he called it the Jacobs family catnip at Christmas time. That's how much his family loves that in particular. So the dish that he prepared was a relish tray that included chicken liver, and some of the compliments that he got when Chef Tom Colicchio even tried it, he said, "Oh, this relish tray is lively." And then in the final judgment, Chef Tom said that Dan's dish was flawlessly made. And Harvey House's Shayna Popich, she was impressed with the chicken liver mousse, and Chef Gail Simmons loved Dan's relish tray. So a very exciting and fun moment. We get to continue to cheer on Milwaukee chef Dan Jacobs. And in the episode last night, it was all based in Madison, and you got to see the Dane County Farmers Market and, of course, the Capitol Building and the Park Hotel. So a very much picture postcard day in Madison to see that. And we're talking about the Harvest House, which is this really nice restaurant in Madison, and Joe and Shayna Popich of the Harvey House were guest judges. So were Tori and Christine Miller of Madison's La Toile restaurant, which we got to see the rooftop and the beautiful view there in last night's episode. And on Spanning the State today with Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan, they had the chance to talk with this fine couple. And I'm looking for the clip because it was interesting to hear them talk behind the scenes of what it was like to actually be a judge and taste the food. So this is, I mean, when you're tasting this really creative concoctions made by these expert chefs, you know, how tough is it really to judge that food? Well, this is what Shayna Popich had to say.
Hard. It's like a very different thing to cook in that way. So, I mean, I think we were impressed that they were, you know, able to do that in a new space with new equipment and all that. So, I mean, I think like it's different to judge food in this sort of setting, I would say, than it is to judge it like at a restaurant when you like test the recipe, then you have people taste it, then you cost it out, then you test it again. And, you know, it's a very different process. So I think it was kind of a different set of criteria in our minds, I would say. But it was super fun to see what they came up with.
And then the restaurateur Shayna Popich of the Harvest House there sharing her thoughts on Spanning the State with Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan. You can hear that full conversation from behind the scenes at this episode of Top Chef on the Spanning the State podcast at WTMJ.com. And one of the things that really impressed me about Episode 4 was learning about Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture and really realizing how lax I have been in seeing some of that architecture, but learning about the history. And a really cool thing that we learned in last night's episode was about Chef Carson Gully. If you don't know who he is, I was really interested to learn that he was University of Wisconsin-Madison's Residence Hall head chef for nearly 30 years. And on top of that, he and his wife were the first African-American couple to host a cooking show on TV. And so the Quickfire Challenge was a tribute to Chef Gully and his 1949 cookbook where they tried to replicate some of his recipes. So if you haven't streamed it, I'd say jump on and binge Top Chef Wisconsin. I think you'll be proud of our state. And there are many more episodes. It's going to go all the way into June. And next week's Wisconsin Elements, it's tough to tell. I only saw a lot of kitchen shots and the word chaos used a whole lot, but it does look like the celebrity judge. If you watch the show The Bear, cast member and real-life Canadian chef Maddie Matheson is going to be in next week's episode. And you can catch up on all of the Wisconsin moments from Top Chef so far on our What's on Tap podcast. You can find that at WTMJ.com as well. Record Store Day is Saturday, and did you know you can experience Pearl Jam's new album at a movie theater? Find out more, music lovers, next on What's on Tap.
It's like playing baseball in the house
Mom! Dad broke the window.
without the risk of
Again.
that. Every Thursday at 8:40, play virtual baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News. Step up to the virtual plate and test your mettle against the best.
Swing and a drive to right.
It's virtual baseball, presented by Siding Unlimited. Only played here on WTMJ.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max at WTMJ, and you've heard me telling you about Three Pillars and how they are Wisconsin's top-rated senior living community, which is a heck of an accomplishment to achieve from U.S. News and World Report. And I got to hang out last Friday at their expansion. They had a groundbreaking ceremony because Three Pillars is expanding, and that means there's room for you or one of your loved ones. It's a safe, serene setting in Dousman and scenic lake country, and they offer a full continuum of care. So you're covered every step of the way, and it's someplace you got to see to believe. And honestly, every resident I've met loves it. And you can be as active as you want to be if you want to just chill out and hang out, or if you want to do a bunch of activities. It's your choice on the lifestyle you want to live in Lake Country at Three Pillars. Make an appointment to tour Three Pillars today at the website threepillars.org.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for two, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties cedar crust ice cream, $3.99. 4-count selected varieties Chobani multi-packs, 2 for $8. 10 to 12-ounce or 10 to 12-count selected varieties Green Mountain Coffee, $8.49. 64-ounce or 8-pack selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $6.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take the mound at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max. I was looking for the perfect song to play to get us in the mood for Record Day, and I thought I had it, but I love vinyl. If you haven't met me, that is one of my very, very, very favorite things is my vinyl collection. It's a hearty secondhand collection of my own that I've inherited from family and friends over the years, and I love to add to it. And if you love albums, Saturday is your day to get to your favorite local music shop early, because there is a great slew of special releases exclusive on Record Store Day, including the Beatles are releasing a turntable with 4 records. So if you don't already have a turntable and you want to start your vinyl collection, let the Beatles break through for you. Also Talking Heads, De La Soul, Vince Guaraldi. The sounds of Vince Guaraldi's jazz. Wilco, Paramore, Olivia Rodrigo, a lot of people, a lot of musicians and artists doing exclusive releases on Record Day. And if this excites you, I have 2 things to share with you. First, there's a website literally called recordstoreday.com. That's where you can find the full list and browse and get excited about all these music releases. And there are a lot of record stores here in Wisconsin that are ready to welcome you. I've been cruising social media. There are a lot of record stores who are posting boxes that they're unopening as they're stocking the shelves. In Kenosha at CD Warehouse, in Bayview on KK, Rushmore Records, one of my favorite spots. And on Milwaukee's east side, Bullseye Records is becoming Irving Place Records on Saturday, just in time for Record Store Day. Also, Lilliput Records is where you can shop. Record Head in West Allis. In Thiensville, it's Stardust Records and Collectibles. Music Box Records in Sheboygan. Vinyl Vault in Waukesha. The Beat Goes On and more in West Bend. And they are ready also for midnight with Taylor Swift Records. So they are leaning all the way in. Black Circle Records in Lake Geneva. Green Bay UFO Museum Gift Shop and Records in Green Bay. Robot Fighter Records in Janesville. They are psyched for Saturday and their very first Record Store Day. In Beloit, you can browse at Tin Dog Records in Oshkosh and Appleton. Eroding Winds. Mad City Music in Madison. In Marshfield, go shopping at Good Day Sunshine Record Shop, which I'm guessing with a name like that, they probably have some Beatles exclusive records there. And also in Eau Claire at Revival Records. So make the most of your Record Store Day on Saturday. And I am Also, I thought I had my Pearl Jam music. I was going to give you an earful of the brand new Pearl Jam album called Dark Matter. But guess what? Since you aren't hearing it right now, tell you where you can hear it. In a Marcus movie theater. It was a one-night event in the cinemas to hear the new album, but they're stretching it out through Sunday. And using cinematic technology, Dark Matter gets enhanced, but you get to hear it twice. So first time they play it in the theater, it's going to be dark. You just hear the music. Close your eyes, relax, soak it in. Then the second time they play Pearl Jam's Dark Matter, you get to see on the big screen visuals. It will kind of get you in the mood to enjoy Pearl Jam like you never have before. It's Pearl Jam, Dark Matter, and the Marcus movie theaters that you can see it at in Wisconsin are Sun Prairie's Palace Cinema, in Berlin at the Ridge, and also in Appleton at Valley Grand Cinema. And with Taylor Swift's new album coming out tomorrow, the Tortured Poets Department, 2 local Swifties that I know, have chosen the song you need to hear tonight to appreciate Taylor Swift's storytelling talent. That is coming up just before 7. But next, Music Picks at the Milwaukee Film Festival tonight through next week. That is next on What's on Tap.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and curbless, ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
So when our parents were moving from the farm to town when they retired, all these old pieces had to go somewhere because they were getting a smaller place. So we each got some furniture.
Ben and Arvid Huth from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
There was one piece that still had our grandmother's name on it. It was the delivery ticket, basically. It was on the back of the piece, written with lead pencil. And instead of an address, it just said her name, Boyd, Wisconsin. That was the delivery address.
Back then, that's all you needed for an address.
Yeah.
That was the piece of furniture that all 5 of us kids wanted. You know, of all the furniture, that right. Grandma's name on it.
Today, I tell people that ask me, like, okay, I bought this piece of heirloom furniture. Is there anything special I should do with it? Flip it over, turn it around, take a magic marker, and write on that thing your name, when you bought this, where you bought it from, why you bought it. That piece will be cherished in your family for centuries to come.
People want to be connected to their ancestors a little bit, and this is one way of doing that.
And the furniture we're building today, 300 years from now, somebody's going to be like, wow, that thing was well built for its time.
PennyMustard.com.
Hey, this is Steve Finney for Heiser Automotive. I love talking about Heiser. You know that. 5 years driving their great vehicles. Last week was moving week. I dropped off the 2023 Ford Explorer XLT, picked up a 2023 Chevy Equinox. A couple things going on here. One, I love the Chevy Equinox. Great vehicle. A little smaller than the Explorer, but still plenty of room. Kathy and I are going to buy a Chevy Equinox in the summer this year, so we want to see all the features and all the cool stuff. They're loaded. Great gas mileage, all kinds of cool trim levels, a lot of safety features, including the rear vision camera, which we remarked on how clear that picture was. Lane keep assist, all kinds of technology. You get that with Chevy, and all the great models and experiences you find at Heiser Automotive. You can find all of their great cars online at Heiser.com, all the great programs, including Safe and Sound, Roadside Assistance for Life. That's why they say every day at Heiser, and you know this to be true, and I know it from working with them. Every day. Today's your day.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to build your dream yard or get out on the water, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand wild bird food, $16.99. All Livingston vegetable and flower seeds, 25% off MSRP. Save $100 on a Hobart 210 MVP MIG welder. And new at Blaine's, get a Farm and Fleet foam kneeling pad, $8.99. Rewards members save an extra buck. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Ooh, sounds of a local band called Mirrors Forests. And I'll tell you how you can see the music video for this song at the Milwaukee Film Festival. I'm Sandy Max. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We've had kind of a music focus so far, but we're going to kind of segue into movies as well, because the Milwaukee Film Festival, it's got another week to go, which is great because that means you have a whole week to see movies from around the world, documentaries, kids' movies, shorts, and music videos. But if you really enjoy that music category, I want to give you a few picks on the schedule. The String Theory documentary, The Richard Davis Method. I saw it earlier this week. It is incredible, and it's only an hour long, so it's not, sometimes you think, oh no, it's going to be a 2.5 or 3 hour documentary. It's a really wonderful hour spent in Madison. Richard Davis is a jazz genius with the stand-up bass, and he moved to Madison in the 70s after recording with a ton of people like Paul McCartney, all sorts of jazz greats, and moved to Madison and taught for decades. And he is just embodied in this documentary. And there was even a mini concert after the film, because, that's one of the cool things about the Milwaukee Film Festival. It's not unusual for the filmmaker or somebody who's been in the film to do a Q&A afterwards. And Peter Dominguez, who also teaches at UW-Madison and knew Richard Davis very well, performed on the stand-up bass from 1885 that Richard Davis played. It was very, very cool. So that movie will be String Theory, The Richard Davis Method, on Saturday. Let the Canary Sing. If you dig Cyndi Lauper, this is a documentary all about Cyndi Lauper. That is Sunday and Thursday. Louder Than You Think is a profile of the drummer of the legendary indie band Pavement. My high school pal, Greg King, King G, edited this film, so I'm hoping to fit that in on Monday. It's called Louder Than You Think. Also, Garland Jeffries, The King of In-Between. That is on Saturday. There's another film that I want to see called Endless Calls for Fame. I got to meet the director, Olivia, briefly, and really cool gal, and she's a film director, and it's about a band called the New Rising Suns. Endless Calls for Fame is tonight and Wednesday. Pretty Ugly, the story of the Luna Chicks, is tomorrow night. Joan Baez, I Am a Noise, that screens Sunday and Tuesday at the Milwaukee Film Festival. Who Can See Forever? For fans of the band Iron and Wine, that is Saturday and next Thursday, which is closing night. But see, we got a whole week. Also, The World According to Allie Willis, Friday and Monday. So tons of movies to see if you love music. And if you love local music and you want to support a variety of local bands and understand their creativity even more, how about Sunday joining me for the Milwaukee Music Video Show at the Oriental Theater, Sunday, 6:30. I'll be moderating a Q&A with the filmmakers who are creating music videos for a dozen local bands. It's going to be a fun evening, and it's a variety of genres and styles. And some of the bands that you will be able to see on the big screen: Overhand, Dinner Set Gang, Rose of the West, who are a recent discovery for me. I really like their dreamy sound. Mirrors and Forests, who you just heard, Man Random, Moonglow, Fuzzy Surf, Micah Emmerich, The Resurrectionists, Blacksmith Rose, and also Exposed Foreheads, which is always just a fun band name to say. So if you want to join me on Sunday, 6:30 at the Oriental Theater for the Milwaukee Music Video Show, or any of these other music documentaries piqued your interest, mkefilm.org is the website. And honestly, I could talk all night about the different films that you can see at the Milwaukee Film Festival. It's such a gift to have in our city. It's the 16th year. What a great annual tradition. And it brings together creatives who are in the film industry, whether they're directors, whether they're production people, and then also there are a lot of different events around it. For example, at No Studios, John Ridley has a podcast, and he's going to be at No Studios, I think it's tomorrow night, part of that podcast, hosting it right here at No Studios, talking with other filmmakers. And it honestly is just a joy, an excuse to get together with a friend and say, hey, have you seen something? And also, you never know what you're going to see out front at the different movie theaters, whether it's the Oriental. They're also screening at the Downer, which just reopened, because you remember it closed in September, and they just announced earlier this year that Milwaukee Film has taken over operations of the Downer, and they had a ribbon cutting and everything. So now the Downer's back open on the east side. They're also showing films at the Times Cinema on Vliet and also at the Avalon in Bayview. So there's kind of no excuse to not see one of the 300 films. But I was there maybe Saturday outside the Oriental Theater, and not only can you meet cast members and directors and filmmakers, but sometimes you see cool things like movie props. There's a local film called Corridor, starring a local artist named Wes Tank, who's a major creative in town, who I really is a nice person too. But Corridor also stars a red-orange tiny Fiat. And it was parked outside the Oriental Theater, and it has a little license plate that says Corridor on the back, and it has a sign that says, "You can see me in Corridor." And of course, smartly, you can rent this tiny Fiat if you want to have it in your own music video, or just maybe have it as a prop for your party. But it's just a fun gathering of music and film and art, and celebrating the creativity of filmmakers from around the world and here in Wisconsin. mkefilm.org is the website to go. Don't miss out. Your guide to gallery night with two special guests is next on What's on Tap. Time now for an update from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here's Jessica Gatzo.
Thanks, Sandy. One person is now sick with salmonella in Wisconsin after a multi-state outbreak of the illness linked to fresh basil sold at Trader Joe's stores. The basil sold under the brand name Infinite Herbs in nearly 30 states across the nation. In addition to the confirmed case in Wisconsin, 11 other cases in 6 other states are linked to this outbreak. The Wisconsin Department of Health says if you bought the contaminated basil, you should throw it away immediately. And if you've already eaten it and are experiencing symptoms, to call a doctor right away. A Kenosha man charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. Kenosha police arrested 30-year-old Jonathan Rozovica Dumabach near 15th and Sam Porio Park. Authorities found over 150 files containing child sexual assault materials. The Kenosha County District Attorney is handling the case. Decision, Wisconsin. The VP is planning another trip to the Badger State. Vice President Kamala Harris will be in La Crosse on Monday. This will be her 3rd trip to the state this year. She was in Madison last month. The White House did not share any other details about the upcoming visit. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Still looking at a crash blocking the ramp from Burleigh Street. That's on 4145 North. Otherwise, still just seeing a bit of a slowdown lingering on 43 southbound between Brown Deer and downtown, as well as the Mitchell interchange going westbound to the Hale. And taking a look at your Storm Team forecast. Tonight, showers early, then cloudy skies with a low of 40. On Friday, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 54. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 51. On Sunday, sunny with a high of 58. And Monday, partly cloudy, a high of 61. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 49 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatzo, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:32.
Outdoor Living Unlimited turns yards into patios and decks, fire pits, pavers, retaining walls, even screen rooms, outdoor kitchens, and swimming pools. Come see it all at the unique outside-in Gerke's Corners showroom they share with Siding Unlimited at their open house, Saturday, April 27th from 8 to 1. Bring your ideas, motivation, and questions to the product reps at the open house and meet the Outdoor Living Unlimited team. Check sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com and then get to the open house, Saturday, April 27th, 8 to 1.
If you're like me, you always like to add a little something new to the wardrobe. But when money's tight, it makes it harder. And that's why you shop at St. Vincent de Paul for a terrific selection of women's clothing at thrift store prices. Brand names, too, with a selection that's always up to date and looking great. You're going to find something cute at the right price, and you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting the sleep I needed.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he's slept all night, and he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy. I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore, but honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scavini for Universal Windows Direct. Call Universal Windows Direct today, 414-410-2000. For every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. No limits. Plus, we'll upgrade your new windows to triple pane glass for free. Extra protection from the elements. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Tell them I told you to call, and you get $250 off your order. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to cleanorigin.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
Tomorrow night is a really good reason to get out into the city because it's gallery night. And I have 2 guests in the studio to basically give us a good guide to gallery night. Ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Of course. So I'm Jordan DeChambre, and I'm the marketing director for the Historic Third Ward Association, and we produce Gallery Night MKE.
And
I'm Samantha Tim. Thank you so much for having me. I'm the director of artist development and strategic engagement at the Milwaukee Artist Resource Network.
Also known as MARN.
Also known as MARN.
And before we joined everybody on the air, we just found out that we were all in the same place on Friday afternoon at the Milwaukee Film Festival, seeing a great documentary called Out of the Picture by Mary Louise Schumacher, who was the art critic at Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, I've only met Mary Louise a handful of times. My best friend is in her network, and they've known each other for years, and said, we have to go see this movie. And I can't remember the last time that I walked out of a movie theater and I felt so like it was a mixture of inspiration and validation, because listening to kind of her winding road as an art critic, my winding road starting out as a journalist to where what I'm doing now in marketing, how you kind of have to pivot, you know, as your career goes on, in response to what's happening in society. And it's really interesting. I felt very inspired.
Oh, evolving and changing. Yeah. And Samantha, what did you take away from the film?
I was also very, very inspired. And I just felt, I've been saying this to my friends, you know, in the art community, it's just so supercharged, you know, creatively by that, the film, and just seeing, I think the you know, the humanity and the stories of each of the writers, the art critics in the film, and thinking about art criticism as I think more than what most people would know it for. It's just a way to learn about art, you know, and think critically about it.
And also meet the people who are art critics, and that they're not that stereotype that is seen in mainstream movies where they're snobby or out of touch. A really interesting story about all of those different writers. Yeah. If you want to see Out of the Picture at Milwaukee Film, it's screening one more time on Wednesday. So mkefilm.org. So see, I love that art brings us together. So
it does.
Jordan, let's get to your picks for gallery night. What are your suggestions for making the most of this evening of browsing and shopping and socializing?
Because it's not easy, right? Like there's 50 plus locations in 7 different neighborhoods throughout Milwaukee, all the way to South Milwaukee. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's like, where do you start? So, you know, I think if you're approaching gallery night for the first time, you know, I like to go with density. So think about where you can, you know, perhaps park your car or walk to and visit several different places. Obviously, the Historic Third Ward is a huge place. We have 30 venues participating in the Historic Third Ward. And then, you know, if you visit a place like MARN, which is showcasing 20 artists, MyAd with their senior exhibition, which is 200 plus artists, right? Like, so then the Marshall Building, even in the Third Ward, there's 12 galleries participating alone in the Marshall Building. So you can really be exposed to this much larger event, but put it on a scale that feels a little bit more manageable.
And it's very social, because one of the last times I went, I did go to the Marshall Building, and all the different artists, like most of them are right there.
Yeah.
And you can ask them about their art, and then there might be a little spread, maybe some cheese and crackers, you know, so you can kind of nosh your way around.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I have to get this in. We have a new bakery opening in the Third Ward in the Marshall Building, and it's called Sweetly Baked, and it's opening tomorrow night on gallery night. So if you actually want a true delicious nosh, stop by Sweetly Baked.
It's going to smell wonderful as well. And one of the other places I want to mention, because I'm super excited, is the Journeyman.
Yes.
The Kimpton Hotel right in Third Ward. And Mike DeSisti is the photojournalist at Journal-Sentinel, been a wonderful photographer for decades, and now has branched out into abstract painting. And is wonderful.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is fascinating. And he's just a ray of light, but also he's cool that he has on the labels for all the paintings, there's a little QR code, and you can see him creating the painting.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. That's fantastic.
That's what you want.
Wow. No, I mean, Mike is so great. He reached out to me early on about gallery night, and he had kind of a location picked out where he wanted to show, kind of wanted to know how it worked, let's chat about it. That ended up falling through. And one of the things that I've started doing since I started working on gallery night a couple years ago is I actually keep a database of potential pop-up locations and potential artists. So if an artist wants to show somewhere, or if a location enjoys showing art, I can kind of match them up. So I immediately called my friend John Cassonis, who's the food and beverage director at the Journeyman, and said, I really feel like this guy would be a great fit for you. And that's how Mike ended up showing at the Journeyman this weekend. And I've seen the paintings hung. Absolutely spectacular. Talk about taking like a place that is already so sleek and sophisticated and cool, and then adding this really eclectic edge to it. I'm incredibly impressed.
And it again is another example of our artistic community.
Yes.
And pairing hey, you've got a need. Hey, I can bring you together.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah. So I just love that. So we will have more Gallery Night guide tips for you next on What's on Tap.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ishnala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ishnala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ishnala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ishnala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ishnala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
QC Kinetics announces the arrival of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon with 2 decades of experience and extensive research in regenerative medicine.
I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it, and at the same time I integrated clinical research that's resulted in several publications that are really directing the future of regenerative medicine. I was drawn to QC Kinetics after I reviewed their protocols, and everything they were doing is consistent with my own approach.
Today, Dr. Scheinkup leads the entire team of medical professionals at QC Kinetics, taking this exciting medical breakthrough to a whole new level.
What we are doing at QC Kinetics is transforming lives.
Get lasting joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Carole King, one of the most beloved and successful songwriters of all time.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
The Fireside Theater presents Tony and Grammy Award-winning Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Her story from 18-year-old songwriter of Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow to writing hits for the biggest acts in music to the trailblazing success of her album Tapestry.
And it's too late, baby, now it's too late.
Beautiful features such unforgettable classics as Pleasant Valley Sunday, We Gotta Get Out of This Place, You've Lost That Love and Feeling, On Broadway, The Locomotion, and of course, Unnatural Woman.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
Every ticket to the Fireside includes memorable dining, spectacular gift shops, and free parking. Order your tickets now. Call 920-563-9505 or visit firesidetheater.com. Beautiful, the Carole King musical, through May 26th, only at the Fireside Theater.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Get out and have fun, art lovers. Tomorrow, it's the first gallery night MKE of the year. No, January.
Seconds, yes.
Yeah. I have in the studio with me from Historic Third Ward Association, Jordan Deschambre. And also from MARN, Samantha Timms. MARN, what does MARN stand for?
Milwaukee Artist Resource Network.
Yes, it does. And excited to have the second gallery night, MKE, and kind of your guide tonight for the next few minutes so you can make the most of Friday night and also Saturday afternoon. So you can fully enjoy from 10 till 4. You don't, if you're busy tomorrow night or just too dang tired to go out, you have Saturday to go out and enjoy. How many artists in how many neighborhoods?
Yeah, so we have 50 locations, 50 venues throughout. And honestly, it's the Third Ward, Walker's Point, East Side, East Town, West Town, South Milwaukee. So kind of no matter where you turn, there is an event for you. And if you kind of want to plan out where you're going, GalleryNightMKE.com is a fantastic resource for that. You can plan your itinerary. You can see each individual event's hours, which can vary. And you can really find out who the artists are, what they're going to be showing. So that's a fantastic resource for anybody who wants to check that out. The map is also incredibly helpful out there on the website.
And we were just talking about my enthusiasm for one of the artists who's going to be at the Journeyman, which is just a great space in the rooftop bar to overlook the city. But right next door is another space that you should check out. And Samantha, tell us about what's going on at the MARN building and how close is it to the Journeyman?
It is very close. Yeah, just across the street adjacent, just kitty corner to the Journeyman, in fact. So we're at 191 North Broadway, and MARN's physical space is called the Art and Culture Hub. So so excited to welcome the community tomorrow night, and we have a lot going on in the hub tomorrow.
If you can only get there and see like 2 or 3 things in the Art and Culture Hub, what's a must-see? I know, it's tough. I know, there's a lot. Would you say 20 artists displaying tomorrow?
There's 20 artists showing, and it's a really dynamic exhibition. I'm so proud of all the artists. They're all in our mentorship program. So this is their annual exhibition that we have for each cohort that we host every year. But what you've got to see is walk in, grab a sample of Flower Child pizza. So that's our official launch with them tomorrow night. So we're so excited for that. All night from 5 to 8. You can get a pizza sample. We really have some really good bar specials as well. And walk through the gallery and experience this exhibition.
I'm excited. Yeah. And I love that we were talking about the arts community and finding the partnerships, whether it's businesses and artists, but also bringing up a new generation and giving them this space. Because few people are creating art just for themselves, just so they're like, oh, good, I made this and I communicated some message. I don't need anybody else to see it. Most people are creating to express and to share and to connect. And that's one of the things I really love about strolling around gallery night is that chance to meet an artist and sometimes understand their art a little better if you're like, I have no idea what's going on here, or to be able to compliment an artist saying, this really speaks to me.
Absolutely. I mean, and I feel like so many people feel intimidated by art and by galleries, right? And I know, Sam, you deal with that a lot at MARN as well, where people are like, this is kind of intimidating. Gallery night is your opportunity to go out and kind of take away that veil, just pull it away, because the artists are there. They're ready to talk about their work. They're ready to talk about what inspires them. And you don't need to feel silly. You don't need to know anything about art to love and appreciate art. So this is a time to go out and do it.
And I've never once had an artist go, you like it? Don't you want to buy it? Like,
right?
It's not that vibe.
It's not about that.
Because I think that's also intimidating, too, where you think, oh, I don't want to talk to the artist because then they're going to...
They're asking me to buy it, but it's not about that. It's about they just want to share with you, and they just want to hear your perspective or just see you experience it and let you have your own moment. But it's about connecting with them. And many of the artists at MARN will be there tomorrow, so you can meet them, talk to them about your work, and there's also going to be an artist talk and film screening as well with one of the featured artists at 5 o'clock. So there's, like I said, there's a lot going on. There's no wrong way to engage. There's going to be arts and culture just everywhere in the hub.
And if people are excited about hearing about MARN, what is the website to go for the Art and Culture Hub?
That'll be marnarts.org.
Wonderful. Samantha Timms from MARN and Jordan Deschambre from Historic Third Ward Association. Thank you so much for giving us a guide to Gallery Night and GalleryNightMKE.com.
That's right.
To plan it out for either Friday night or Saturday. It's also a great excuse if you've been meaning to get together with a friend.
Yeah.
And just stroll and chat.
So many things to do, so much to see.
And certainly conversation pieces.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That's for sure.
A lot of conversation pieces.
Gallery Night MKE tomorrow night and Saturday, gallerynightmke.com. And I got to tell you, if you're excited, Swifties, those who want to understand Taylor Swift's appeal, you will hopefully understand in the song you need to hear next on Taylor Swift album Eve on What's on Tap.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news! Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngwith with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
We've all experienced that feeling of lacing up a brand new pair of shoes.
And for some reason, it always felt like new shoes made you run faster, jump higher, and of course, look better.
Yeah, it was almost magical.
A brand new set of tires on your car or truck will instantly give you that same magical feeling.
Courtney, I couldn't agree with you more. A new set of treads always makes your vehicle look better, but more importantly, allows you to stop faster and grip the road a whole lot better.
Which is necessary when the weather is bad and driving conditions are poor. You'll appreciate having the extra traction.
Remember, there isn't a tire brand on the planet we can't get.
Everything from Goodyear Continental and Kelly to Dunlop General and Pirelli. If we sell it, we install it.
Plus, every tire we sell automatically comes with free flat tire repair. So be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
In the music world, there is big news tomorrow, especially for Taylor Swift fans. So I invited the two biggest Swifties, not just at Good Karma Brands, but the two biggest Swifties in my life.
Hi, I'm Allie.
I'm Sean, and we're the GKB Milwaukee Swifties.
Now, tomorrow, Tortured Poets Department, the brand new album by Taylor Swift. What's your level of excitement? Rate it from 1 to 10.
10, just because this is our first breakup album, I think, since 1999, like officially.
Officially, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, what's your level of excitement from 1 to 10?
9, 10. It's always exciting when you get a new Taylor Swift album. Can't wait to see what our girls got for us.
How did each of you start listening to Taylor Swift?
I was probably a freshman in high school and was watching MTV, and ironically, one of her music videos came on, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? And did some research, and I was like, this girl's got something going on here. The album Fearless came out the next year, and I fell in love with her music and who she was as a person and everything she stood for, and just been going to concerts and supporting her ever since then.
Allie, when did you first start listening to Taylor Swift?
My little sister has always been a huge Swiftie, so we always played Taylor Swift in the house. I didn't really get super into her music till I went to the Eras tour this past summer.
You were one of the millions of people, I feel like, who went to the Eras tour. Where did you go?
I went night 2 in Chicago. I left with a new appreciation for her music, for women in the industry, specifically, you know, the song she sings, The Man. It's a great female empowerment song.
Allie just mentioned female empowerment. Sean, are you listening with the same ear, or what do you get out of Taylor Swift's music? Not that you can't get that message out of it as well.
Definitely pro-women. You know, I just enjoy her music. She's writing songs that I feel like everybody can relate to in one way or another, where everybody's been in love, everyone's been through maybe a messy breakup, everyone has a mom or dad they care about. You know, I think the same thing with Allie. You know, when you go to a concert, it's like, oh, you're going there for the music and because you like the artist. But I feel like when you go to a Taylor Swift concert, you're not at a concert. It's almost like this out-of-body experience where it's like you're enthralled with every little detail going on, and you can see all the thought and effort that she puts into it.
With the new album that comes out tomorrow being called Tortured Poets Department, that's one thing that really strikes me about her is lyrically. She really has a gift for words. So for people still getting to know Taylor Swift's music and trying to understand why she is such a phenomenon, what is the Taylor Swift song you need to hear?
Fearless, Love Story, Ours. I mean, how much time we got here, Sadie?
I love it. I love those suggestions. Allie, do you agree, disagree? What's the song that you need to hear by Taylor Swift?
It's titled Exile, Bonnie Bear featured on it. It's
Wisconsin artist.
Yep, that's my point number 1. Support Wisconsin artists. He's on there. That song was also written with her ex, Joe Alwyn, who this new album is about.
Ooh, this is a very thoughtful choice.
Mm-hmm. It's a very interesting song. I think anyone can relate to it, whether you've gone through a bad breakup or not. You can kind of hear within the lyrics and the storytelling, it's a couple fighting. You're hearing both sides of the story. Communication issues are there, but anyone who's gone through a breakup or even just had a strained relationship with anyone can relate to it.
Do you agree with this decision?
Exile is a banger. Can't miss. Our girl doesn't miss.
Please officially introduce the song you need to hear tonight is
Exile by Taylor Swift.
Featuring Bonnie Bear.
I can see you standing, honey, with his arms around your body, laughing but the joke's not funny at all. And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it, holding all this love out here in the hall. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore, so what am I defending now? You were my town, now I'm in exile seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
just your understudy, like you'd get your knuckles bloody for me. Second, third, and 100th chances, balancing on breaking branches. Those eyes add insult to injury. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. I'm not your problem anymore. So who am I offending now? You were my crown, now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
That is the sound of Taylor Swift, who releases her brand new album tomorrow. So sleep well, Swifties. Tomorrow morning, you'll hear new Taylor Swift music. I'm Sandy Maggs. Thanks for listening to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
The sooner you address your joint pain, the better. You really don't want your pain to become chronic, to a point when surgery may become your only option. Address your joint pain issues early and calm down that inflammation and increase your mobility. Get the joints moving again and the blood circulating. That could be very beneficial. Plus, why not just feel better sooner? By coming to Rejuvenex, at the very least we can alleviate your pain, so you can feel and move better to help you live a better quality of life. Don't you deserve at least that? Multi-joint treatments at Rejuvenex can cost as little as, well, nothing. That's because we are in network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. So you really have nothing to lose, except a very good chance of living with a lot less pain. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend AccuNet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was